Shalom to the hopeful elect. 130 you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, West Indians, Haitians, and the rest of the speckled bird, the children of Israel. Let's give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Racha, Kodash, and double honor to our elders and apostles of the great millstone for teaching us this truth, and the men that follow them, that's feeding the sheep, and peace and salutations also to the other men, women, and young ones, in the spirit that the Lord is cleaving to, or that's cleaving to the Lord in these days and time. I got a video I want to show, so I'm going to say fair use, fair use, fair use. But before we go there, I want to pull this piece of this scripture. Joel chapter 2. In verse 28, it says, "And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit. And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, come." Okay. And that's what we're going to get into with this lesson. The video I want to pull up right here. Salakia. Right here. A lot of our people are waking up and understanding what's going on as a truth, although they might be slightly misguided. That's why it's the duty of you men. You men, the Lord has released this truth to, by way of the elders and apostles, telling us the truth. And, we've done the research and come down to the conclusion that, these things are going to happen. These things are coming to play. And personally, I haven't heard anything that the elders and apostles have said that hasn't happened, and that hasn't made or resonated with my spirit. Concerning the MOTB, we know it's a device that's going to be taken into your flesh, your head, your arm, your hand, whatever it has to be taken in order for the prophecy of Revelation 3:13 and 16 to take place. Anyway, I'm gonna let this play. I have some more presets I'm gonna pull up in due time, and this lesson is pretty much centered around the believers, who the Lord has chosen to be the true believers of His word and prophecy, and seeing the signs of the times that we're in. Because things, honestly, it's scary. I bullshit you not. It's scary, but it's it's like knowing Yahweh Shai Shai is scary and beautiful at the same time. When you understand the Lord, Yahweh, how He operates, then you pretty much gravitate, or you embrace all of it. And that's the thing. A lot of people out here, they have their one-sided opinions of how things supposed to be or how things should be. But no, man, not the elect. Lord, wouldn't we be a part of that number? We got so many examples like Job, especially Job, man. That's one of the main examples I like to, think about when it comes to good and evil, and the Lord doing what He do. But anyway, I'm going to get this, and if need be for edification, Lord will not get the Spirit to do it. So let's go. Fair use, fair use. Hey,
Millions of Americans are unprepared for what's about to happen, what's about to go down in the United States of America. Let's get into more exclusive content about the digital ID system. This is not something that's new. Yes, the United Kingdom has opened many people's eyes that this system does exist. This is a system that they've been working on since 1992 to be exact. The Earth Summit, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, 1992 is when Agenda 2030 was born. 179 countries signed this agenda to be a part of this agenda, to force a one world government, one world currency, digital currency system. I want to show you guys some videos from over a decade ago. Predictive programming, showing you guys and us all what would come to be. You'll see a lot of clips throughout this video. Let's connect the dots. Use the comment section for high-level conversations. Thumbs up the video, smash subscribe to join the tribe, and ring the post notification bell as well. Okay, let's get into it. This video is from 17 years ago. This video shows there's no need to implant you with a microchip. Once you give your biometric ID, you're able to pay for your goods with your finger or eye scan. This actually fulfills the 666 prophecy.
See, now that's where he's going off. He said there's no need for a microchip. Right? I didn't say it. He said it. All right? Revelation 13. Verse 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Right? What is that mark?
Strong's G 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
Okay. Charagma. A stamp or imprinted mark, right? Or of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the anti Christ. And Antichrist is not talking about just one person. It's talking about a system. Those anyone that is against the scriptures of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And not too long and not too far in the future, you're going to see how this system is going to be bent against the words of the Bible, the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. It says the mark branded upon horses. This is the point. Thing carved, sculptured, graven work. Okay, a graven work. We go here to the Strong's definition. Charagma, from the same as G5482. A sketch or etching, right? AE stamp as a badge of servitude or sculptured figure. A graven mark is going to be sketch or etching. Let's get that one. Etching. Etching. Etching.
Etching.
Etching. Verb. Engrave metal, glass, or stone by coating it with a protective layer, drawing on it with a needle. Okay? With a what? With a needle. And then covering it with acid to attack the parts the needle has exposed, especially in order to produce prints from it. Engrave, carve, inscribe. All right, this is the beast system, the devil, inscribing his image, or no, his mark into you to make you a part of this system. All right. It's a verse 2, number 2. It says of an acid or another solvent corrode either way, the serpent. Nah, that's not necessarily it. But it says in verse 14 that those that take this mark is going to have a grievous sore. So they're going to be corroded after they put this inside of their system or inside their flesh. Anyway, verse 3 says, cut or carve, all right, a text or design on a surface. Mark a surface with a carved text or design, etched with mysterious designs, caused to stand out or be clearly defined or visible. Okay, that's not necessarily what I wanted. Let me go here and see what they say. What's the difference between etching and... The primary difference between them is that engraving is a physical process and etching is a chemical process. Well, yeah, evidently it's going to be a chemical process. Matter of fact, speaking of that chemical process, matter of fact, I'm going to go back here. Salakia. Let's go to Revelation 14. All right. And verse 14, Revelation 14, Revelation 14, and I'm gonna just jump down to the where is it at? Oh, it started verse 9, Salakia. Doom for worshippers of the beast. All right, those that take the Charagma. It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark, or his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels. Salaki, this is not the one I wanted. I mean, it does help tell us what's going to happen to those. Let's see. Salaki is Revelation 16. Revelation 16. 16. Revelation 16 and verse 1. And it states, and I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High upon the earth. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. A noisome and grievous sore. Let's go there. The definition for noisome. Kakos.
Strong's G 2556. Kakas.
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 Of a bad nature, not such as it ought to be. Of a mode of thinking, feeling, acting, base, wrong, wicked, troublesome, injurious, pernicious, destructive, baneful. So it's going to be something that's going to be implanted inside you that's going to be against nature. It's not natural. It's bad nature, like a tattoo on your wrist, or like they got the digital ID thing that they're coming out with. That's just a step going into the MOTB. That's not the actual MOTB. This is something they're going to have to put inside you that you're not going to be able to easily just take out of you. It's something that's going to be, what they got these things called anabites, and it's something bites, where these they were talking about it during 2020, how these little electronic things go inside your inside your body, and they pretty much formulate to your DNA. They become a part of you. Nanobites. That's what it's called. Nanobites. All right. These are the things that people are about to start taking inside of them and thinking it's okay. Strong definition: kakos, apparently a primary word, worthless, intrinsically such, whereas G44190 properly refers to effects subjectively depraved or objectively injurious, bad, evil, harm, ill, noisome, wicked, right? Because you ain't supposed to be taking that shit. Let me get this other definition. Grievous.
Strong's G 4190. Paneras.
Full of labors, annoyances, hardships, pressed and harassed by labors, bringing toils, annoyance, perils of a time full of peril to Christian faith and steadfastness, causing pain and trouble. All right. In a physical sense, diseased or blind. In an ethical sense, evil, wicked, bad. These are the things that's going to happen. A grievous sore. All right. It's going to be something that's going to be put inside of you. That's going to bring, like what's some of these diseases you can call out here right now? They got the flesh eating disease. They got what's that? Ebola. They got things that eat you up from the inside. All these diseases. For one, like it's written, we're not supposed to be getting. Let me get it. We ain't supposed to be getting tattoos. Ink ain't supposed. A needle ain't supposed to touch us. And we've been getting needled up since we were fucking kids. That's this fucked up system, man. Leviticus 19:21, it says, "And ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord." So when you do that, when you take that M-A-R-K, when you take that mark, which is going to be not just a tattoo on the top of your flesh or whatever like that, as this guy is saying. I just want to clear that up. But it's going to be the RFID CHIP, a radio frequency identification device that's going to be put inside of you. Let's go here. Yep. Let's go here. Looking like this. That's how they're going to keep in contact with you. That's how they're going to know who's who and what's what. The size of a grain of rice. You see that? A mark, an imprint. What does it get? Let me see. Okay, in your right hand, left hand. John the Revelator, he probably just saw it being put in the right hand, because nowadays you got more people that's more right-handed, but they probably, it could be inside either or. He just described it as the right hand, but it's something that's going to be put inside of you. All right, let me go back here to the video.
This actually fulfills the 666 prophecy. No need for an implant. Research the government white paper. If you refuse this ID card, you will not be able to have a bank, buy utilities, etc. You will not be able to buy or sell. Fact, receive a mark on the forehead or right hand. For me, this is way too close to biometrics. As we can see, they are quoting Revelation 13, where you can't buy or sell without the name of the beast or the mark in your right hand or forehead, right? This is 17 years ago and somebody had this understanding. This is the same understanding that we have right now. We can see this is September 19th, 2008. What also happened around that time? Okay, follow me. This is how long they've been working on it. Remember the '08 crash. Remember there was something called the 2000s agenda. They thought they would accomplish this in the early 2000s, right? Let's play the video.
More now of our special coverage here tonight, life in the U.S. in 10 years' time. By that time, there may be all kinds of new ways to safeguard and identify all those things that make each of us unique, our faces, even our fingerprints, even our eyes. Here now with more on the future of technology, NBC's Tom Costello.
In a world where you've constantly been told what you can't do, who will you choose to be?
Costello.
The year is 2017. You're rushed to a hospital unconscious with no ID or medical history, but thanks to a microchip under your skin, it's all there. Science fiction 20 years ago, but a biometric reality today.
The technology is based on answering one simple question. Am I who I say I am?
Already, fingerprints and iris scans verify passenger identities at airports. Within 10 years, that technology may be even more widespread. And look for more complex facial recognition programs that scan a crowd of thousands looking for a single terrorist. Today's facial recognition software starts with the eyes. Then it maps out the contours of the face and compares that against a database of millions, a database that's growing by the day. What's next? At the University of Bath in England, researchers predict big changes for consumers.
I think it is possible to free us completely of our wallets and keys using biometric technology, if that's what people want in 10 years' time.
In fact, it's already here. The latest home security locks use fingerprints to control deadbolts. And at the Jewel Osco grocery store in Chicago, some customers pay using their fingerprints. No paper or plastic.
You don't really need anything other than your hand, and you already got that with you.
So will future department stores scan our irises, like in the movie Minority Report, then offer products catered to who we are?
Hello, Mr. Yakamoto. Welcome back to the Gags.
Experts say that technology is here now. The challenge is to safeguard our privacy in a brave new world. Tom Costello, NBC News, Alexandria, Virginia.
I didn't even know that technology was around in 2008. I was a kid. I remember the '08 crash, right? But I was young. I know they've been working on it very long, right? And the technology that they put out here, they work on that technology 100 years in advance, at least 100 years in advance, if not more. You see how long this has been in the works, but now this is the closest they're getting due to AI. Now they can make this agenda complete. They have the technology capable to do so. The computing power, the 5G data, national ID video from 2008. Shout out to one of my subscribers sending this to me. Revelation 13:16.
Pizza Palace, guaranteed hot in 30 minutes or it's free. This is Mary. May I take your order?
Hi, Mary. Yes, I'd like to order.
Is this Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Thank you for calling again, sir. I show your national identification number is 610-204-9998-45-54610. Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. I see you live at 736 Montrose Court, but you're calling from your cell phone. Are you at home?
I'm just leaving.
It's not too far-fetched. Because honestly, with the automated system being hooked up to AI, you see these things are happening already. You could order a pizza, Papa John's, and they'll tell you, things like this, your address, where you at. Well, now they probably ask you, but it's gonna get to a point where it's gonna be where they don't even have to, second guess where you are, what you done. Just keep listening, Salaki. I ain't mean to interrupt. Matter of fact, before I go there, let's go here to 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us. All right, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, as if we, the work that we're doing, the understanding through the scriptures that the Lord has given us, that we go off and believe it's even like these other wayward Israelites would like to tell you that MOTB is all these other things besides the CHIP, right? Besides the devices that are going to be put inside of you, the MARK. They say it's all these other type of things. What is the number of his name, and what is the I ain't trying to say too much, but they are gonna what it is the beast, what's the all that stuff, how do you actually worship the beast and everything like that? They'll say it's spiritual, they'll say it's embargo, they'll say it's white women, shit, all type of things that they go off with, when instead of just saying that it's a device that's going to be put inside you, individuals that believe, that trust in this system. All right, and of course the what's going on in Europe with the guy, about 2 weeks ago, he said he made a statement about everybody's going to have to take this digital ID, right? Of course, that's a segue into it, right? Of course, you're going to have a digital ID where these people are going to be able to identify you, identify your past, identify, who you are. Of course, why would America, during the Biden administration, the first time in my life I've ever heard of it, where a president just allowed all type of people to come inside the country. You don't think that already happened in Europe? I'm sure that happened in Europe already. They just had an influx of people that come to the country where nobody know who's who, and that's the deceptive hand of Esau Edom, to make it seem like things were staged to like ahead of time, as if we didn't see everything happening, right? As if we didn't see that Biden did that, or they put it in his name. He was so well. What was the mindset that he was in? He was in a mindset where he didn't understand or knew what was going on. Like he had dementia or something like that. But as soon as he got out of the office, right? As soon as he got out of the office, his speech came back better. Everything was like he was more understanding of what the fuck was going on, right? I mean, I hope I ain't the only one that's seen that, right? But anyway, again, 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, we are not ignorant of his devices. Let me put that up in the blue letter. Let me put it up in the blue letter. His devices. Because it's not just only talk about his technology. It's also talking about his political point of view, how he controls the media. What I say? 2 Corinthians 2:11. 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. Let's say to take advantage of us. His devices. Device.
Strong's G 3540.
Naima. A mental perception, thought, and evil purpose, that which thinks, the mind, thoughts, or purposes. All right, so it's not just talking about like a device. Strong's definition, it says Naima from G 3539, a perception, AI purpose, right, or the implementation, the intellect, that's like it, the intellect or disposition itself, device, mind, thought, right? A wicked thought pattern that goes outside the will of Yahweh Shem Shah him implementing himself of getting inside of you. Let's go there. 2 Thessalonians. Matter of fact, I'm going to do Google. Because that's what Esau want to do, ultimately. Isaiah 14, and I'm going to start at verse 12, and it says, Art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken nations? So this Lucifer is talking about a light bearer. Lucifer means light bearer, and it's talking about those that control, those that gets the world to look at the world through their eyes, through the light that they're shining. Which Esau, Edom, being the wicked, they have a form of dark light. That's why this world is all engulfed in darkness, pretty much. You know, no one knows what's going on. A lot of things are happening behind the scenes. If you were so real, why can't you just put things in the front? Which right now they've been exposed to. That's what they're doing. They're putting everything on the front. Anyway, it says, verse 13, For thou hast said in thine heart and your mind, in their thought, the devices, I will ascend unto heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation on the sides in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. All right, with his devices, as far as his mind, talking about taking things into outer space, and now we got all this technology that through cameras, he could see, Esau Edom could see everything that people do. That's why you got this notable, you know, this on what we're seeing right now on the screen. It says scripted by Aaron Russo. Oh, beautiful, Aaron Russo. Who told us about Aaron Russo? Do your research on Aaron Russo. But anyway, that's why you have these people detailing who, you know, everybody's personal moves, everybody's private moves is being known. There's nothing that you can do without this man knowing. You know, automation. You got your phone. You know, what they call it? Algorithm. An algorithm that details everything that we're doing. Right now, we're in such a simulated world that nothing you do is pretty much new or pretty much unknown, unless Yahweh Bashim Yahushua intercedes with the actions of what's going on to hide us. But anyway, it say, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. All right. I'm going to go here to that Galatians. Galatians chapter 6 and verse 6. I'm going to start at verse 1 and say, Brethren, if any man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such a one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted. Bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of the anointed Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. For if a man think himself to be something that he is, then when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. All right. Well, this is actually going into, you know, our people having all these moments of pride, but it also goes to Esau Edom, you know, thinking of himself more than what he is. He's been deceived. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has deceived this man. He's living in a world full of lies where he thought that he was going to reign forever. Their inward thoughts is that they're going to live forever, right? That they're going to rule forever. But anyway, let me get back to this.
Work, but I'm.
Oh, we can do deliver to Bob's Auto Supply. That's at 175 Lincoln Avenue, yes?
No, I'm on my way home. How do you know all this stuff?
We just got wired into the system, sir.
Oh, well, I'd like to order a couple of your double meat special pizzas.
Sure thing. There'll be a new $20 charge for those, sir.
What do you mean?
Sir, the system shows me that your medical records indicate that you have high blood pressure and extremely high cholesterol. Luckily, we have a new agreement with your national health care provider that allows us to sell you double meat pies as long as you agree to waive all future claims of liability.
What?
Do you agree, sir? You can sign the form when we deliver, but there is a charge for processing. The total is $67 even.
$67?
Well, that includes the delivery surcharge of $15 to cover the added risk to our driver of traveling through an orange zone.
I live in an orange zone?
Now you do. Looks like there was another robbery on Montrose yesterday. You could save $48 if you ordered our special Sprout Submarine combo and picked it up yourself. Comes with tofu sticks. Those are very tasty, sir. Good value, too.
But I want double meat.
Well, I'm sure you can afford the $67 then. You just bought those tickets to Hawaii. They weren't cheap, eh? Oh, but I see you checked out the budget beach bum at the library last week. Up to you, sir.
All right. I'll get the Sprout subs.
Good choice, sir. Gotta watch that waist if you're hitting the beach, eh? 42 inches. Wow.
It's not everyone 42 inches. That's fucking crazy. But is that not what everybody's interested in nowadays? This is the world that we're living in. That was way back then. It's 2025 right now. Everybody looking for to AI and technology to tell them how to make themselves a better person. They're not looking to you how about Shemel Shah to tell them how to be righteous, upstanding. Everybody's about, they're lovers of themselves. How do I keep my weight down? How do I get in shape? How much calories? I always say categories. How many calories am I supposed to take a day? You know, and for the most part, a lot of information is not necessarily bad, but you have somebody else telling you you're not able to do these or do that unless you pay for it. You know, you want double meat, you want all this and you want that, but you gotta pay $60-something because they're gonna calculate all of the benefits and all the hazards that's gonna affect you in the near future. That's the system y'all getting ready to get prepared for. And instead of just having the discipline of Yahweh Shemel Shah, you know, or having even the knowledge, and that's the problem, man. That's what's so fucked up about this world. Like, if we knew half of these things, we wouldn't even be such an adulterous and slothful and, you know, just a unhealthy nation. You know, the devil coming down with great wrath, and like Yahweh Shemel Shah say in Matthew 24, you know, if the Lord didn't shorten the time, then no flesh would be saved, because everybody's into themselves, and now you're gonna get Esau Edom to monitor you. He's your big daddy. Instead of just calling the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shah to give you the discipline, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to operate how we supposed to operate in the fasting. You know, instead of just fasting, you're going to depend on the computer to tell you, unless you pay for it, you can't do this stuff. Because the thing is, with this system, you could still be wicked, but you got to pay for it. You got to delete your account for it. You got to, you know, just like even right now, all these wicked-ass individuals that think they got it going on, oh, y'all about to be put to shame, man. And this is Yahweh Shah's doing. Yahweh Shemel Shah's doing. You know, you got all these entertainers. They looking fucked up right now. All the things that they sold out for, they sold out to be a part of this system. And they're going to be some fucked up, raggedy looking individuals that's going to take that MARK to try to maintain the bullshit that they got, because they don't believe in Yahweh Shemel Shah. They don't believe that there's something better coming after this. Matter of fact, let me get this in Isaiah. Isaiah 53. They don't believe in Yahweh Shah. Isaiah 53, starting at verse 1. Who have believed our report? And to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? Who was Yahweh Shah revealed to? Let me jump right quick to Mark chapter 4, verse 9. It says, this is Yahweh Shah speaking. He says, and he said unto them, he that heareth He that have ears to hear, let him hear. And when he was alone, they that were about him with the 12 asked of him the parable. And he said unto them, unto you it is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of the Most High. But unto them that are without, all these things are done in parables. All right? A lot of these people don't have the oil. They don't have the oil. They don't have the true understanding. They don't have the fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. They're gonna be left out here cold. You know, when they had a time to receive it, 2nd Ezra chapter 9, they despised it. When they were given liberty, they despised it. And now things are coming to a head. Like I was just watching a video that the brothers at the camp did out here in Orlando. And boy, he looked like he could be Northern Kingdom, but you never know. He was pissed off. He was going off. He was, well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of y'all, and y'all can't tell one person this and this and that. And the brother had hit him with a cold reply, 100% true. Go get your oil. Go get your oil from the sellers. And the elder said, you know, even if we told you, you wouldn't believe us, right? Even if we told you, you wouldn't believe us. Let's go back to it, right? Mark chapter 4, verse 9. No. Where was I at? Where was I? Slakia, not Mark. Isaiah chapter 53 and verse 1. Who have believed our report? And to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? These people don't know Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. They know Jesus. They think everybody's supposed to be saved. They don't understand the Lord came back for his lost sheep, and specifically for the elect of the lost sheep of Israel. All right. Let me keep on going. I'm about to close out.
Man, I'd say Tofu and Sprouts is like required.
That's how much?
Just between you and me, there's a $3 off coupon in this month's Total Men's Fitness magazine. Your wife Betty subscribes to that, right? Anyhow, clip that and it's $19.99 even. Whoa, looks like you maxed out on all your credit cards. Bring cash, okay?
You maxed out on.
And this is the way that the digital ID system will work. They can track every single purchase that you make, every single place that you go. Everything will be tied to the digital ID. What you do, where you go, what you post online, who you talk to. Coming January is the introduction to it in America. They're already starting with the Apple Wallet digital ID systems. It's going to be like this. You can skip the line at the airports, right? They want to make it for your convenience and also for security purposes. That's the selling points, right? The migrants that we let into the country, we want to protect you from them. This is their selling point. Those that recognize this can see that this will be the B system, tied in with your carbon emissions tracker, which is your carbon footprint tracker, social credit score, CBDC / and or stable coins. America is going with stable coins as a workaround because too many people were aware of the CBDCs, centralized bank digital currencies. So they changed the name. Trump changed the name, made it where stable coins in America will be the CBDC. The Anti-CBDC Surveillance Act, that does not mean there won't be any. That means stablecoins will now be CBDCs. They're private now for more control, more surveillance, without U.S. governance. Beyond the Reset. This is an animated film. If y'all know about the Great Reset.
And, you know, this is the thing, like, a lot of these guys out here, they claim that they, you know, like, y'all just got this information out of nowhere. The Spirit of the Lord is poured upon the whole earth, and specifically upon his men. The secrets of the kingdom has been given to his men. Y'all act like y'all haven't heard the report. Y'all act like y'all haven't heard the report. Y'all act like y'all just come up with this information by yourself. Like y'all know these things by yourself. Let me get it though, because the brother Azari always go into this. And let's talk about the cows.
The book written by Klaus Schwab, chairman of the World Economic Forum. He wrote a book about what would happen after C-19. We are now living through and beyond the Great Reset. That's what they call it, where they are resetting the system, resetting the world.
October 7th, 1,200 killed in Israel, 46 Americans, 250 taken hostage.
What happened here is a large-scale invasion. They entered Israel to kill anyone that they can.
Just shooting everyone like in the duck range. We come back to the car, and there's two.
And the Great Reset.
Let me stop. I don't mean, that's not what I mean. I'm not, hey man, personally, I'm just, when I hear the pianos and the violins, that shit just make me laugh. When people be telling their stories and their testimonies, why the fuck you gotta have the violins and pianos in the background? That shit is hilarious to me. It's like, boom, 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 hear my story, hear me cry. Man, take it up with you. How about Shimmy Shah? Shit. You're not the only one going through shit. We all going through it. But the pianos, man, the pianos and the violins, they always make me want to crack the fuck up and start laughing. Cause it's like a play on our emotions, on your feelings and your spirit. It's a play, man. This shit sounds so pitiful. Anyway.
That's what they call it. Where they are resetting the system, resetting the world. He's in a quarantine camp.
And they know. Make a brother wanna start spitting the flow, snapping on these bitches like, hey. Let me start.
Stay compliant. Stay isolated. Stay safe. And now, on to other news. Say goodbye to cows and beef. As you might know, cows and livestock agriculture in general is a source of methane, a powerful greenhouse gas. Cows fart, and the temperature on Earth rises 1 degree with each cow fart, contributing to global warming.
So?
This is why the authorities started a cow extermination program, and today the last herd of cows has been dealt with. The Earth has officially become a cow-free planet, and climate change is finally under control.
Climate change and the green agenda both work simultaneously as a part of the reset as well. They're going to use climate change as a reason to limit your abilities to travel.
Again, let me get a precept. So, if you're not going, this fucker is a madman. Edom is a fucking madman, right? If we think anything is going off from preserving us from existence, we want to get rid of it. Their idea is destroying, like I was just saying, in Matthew 24 and verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Right. Right. For the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. There's going to be no flesh. Because they saying cows are farting. They got to exterminate the cows. Because fish is burping bubbles in the sea, they got to exterminate the fish. Because chickens ain't laying, what's going to stop them from destroying all the animals and shit? Why did the Lord put these certain animals on the doggone on the ark in the first place? Because they all have a purpose. But because Esau Edom say, hey, it's the reason why this shit is happening, the world's being destroyed because of this and this and that. And a lot of y'all gonna keep on believing this damn devil. But the thing is, the Lord is gonna shorten the time. So this motherfucker can't get away with his underhanded schemes. That's some fucking crazy shit, man.
Eat meat because meat is for the elite. They want us to eat bugs. I covered that on the last video. Tyson has already backed the bug eating agenda. Bug protein, right? The elimination of meat for private citizens. It'll be replaced with lab-made meat. This is what this is insinuating right here.
You might get concerned. Where would we obtain our proteins from? Chicken and pork are not commonly accessible products, and beef is gone now. Do not worry. Hundreds of alternative protein manufacturing facilities have been constructed on each continent. They process thousands of tons of protein-rich food. This alternative food contains way more protein than beef. It is cheap to cultivate, and it doesn't contribute to global warming. Kudos to science and green agenda. That is all for today.
This boy is a devil, bitch. Hey, man. So all shit abominable. Abominable. Isaiah. Come on. Isaiah 60. That's 66. Isaiah 66 and verse. Yeah. I'm gonna start at verse 16. It says, "For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, right? And the slain of the Lord shall be many, all around the world. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination, and the mouse shall be consumed altogether, saith the Lord. For I know their works and their thoughts. It shall come that I will gather all nations and tongues, and they shall come and see my glory." Well, the Lord gonna destroy all these people eating all these abominable shits, cause that's what they doing. Even starting with McDonald's, these restaurants right now. Shit, you tell me that they got real food up in that shit. When they grind up all these insects and these bugs, and most of the insects and these bugs is not even what they call it. It's not even it's FDA approved. I'm not a medical, I'm not a medical, assistant or whatever. So I'm gonna retract that statement. But we eating our food defiled amongst the Gentiles, and that's the beautiful thing about what's about to happen, about us, fasting and going without. The Lord gonna be purging us out, man. The Lord gonna clean us up. Our spirit, the spirit of Yahweh Shemashah, I'll say. The spirit that Yahweh Shemashah put in the elect, Lord, willing we be a part of that number. That's what's going to get us through. It's not going to be our flesh. And no, I've been in this thing for a minute now, and I don't even know how the hell. All I could say is, Lord willing, He continue to give us the faith and the strength to get through it all, and the things that we need to get through it all. That's all I could say. But yeah, these bugs and shit like that, man, what the fuck they got going on, man?
Stay tuned for tomorrow's news.
That's
Bruce Kowalski, your monthly.
They want to dishonor our Father Yahuwah by making us eat the unclean foods that we are not supposed to.
I knew he knew some shit. But he didn't know some shit. Yahuwah. There's no U's in ancient Paleo Hebrew. I knew he knew some shit. He ain't know it. I just watched this, this is the furthest I got 10 minutes. I ain't gonna keep y'all no longer though. But hey man, matter of fact, let me finish up. Let me go here. Let's go to 1 Timothy. 1 Timothy chapter 4. And it says, verse 9, "This is a faithful saying and worthy of all acceptation. For therefore, I know this bullshit. Let me change. For therefore we both labor and suffer reproach, because we trust in the living power, who is the Savior of all men, especially of those that believe. These things command and teach. Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity. Oh, we about to get it. Till I come, give attendance to reading and exhortation. Meaning you're gonna be built up, but you're gonna be built up by the brotherhood. You're gonna be built up by these lessons. You're gonna be built up to make a discerning decision based on what we hear. Going back to those that the Lord, He say, your teachers will not be removed into a corner anymore. That corner being New York, right? The One West doctrine being pushed forth into the world, and that doctrine came with a name. That name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son's name is Yahweh Shai. Okay, you got IUIC. The head of that camp. They used to believe in that name, and then all of a sudden it went back to Jesus. So on and so forth. All these camps, you hear them from the One West. It's Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. This doctrine came under that name, not Yahuwah, not Yahshua, not Yahaya, Ahaya, Yeshaya. No, none of that. It's Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Bahashem Rachak Kwadash, not the Rauk or the Rawak or whatever they call, Anyway, verse 13, till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. The correct doctrine, man. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy. And who's going to be prophesying? The prophets. Who's the prophets? The men of Israel. Who's the prophets of all Israel in these days and time? Starting with the elders and apostles of, and the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and the Akim, and the Akim, the elders and the bishops under them. And we don't just say that because to give big ups or to please our elders and apostles, because they already say they don't even want that recognition. They don't want nobody to be bigging them up. That's the humility of the leaders that we have. But we say that in case you're listening and you want to seek the truth. You want to seek men that not only walk it, not only talk it, but walk it. All of us to the best of our ability. That's it. Because I could tell you, go look at this guy and go look at that guy. But sincerely, GMS got to have the screening, the checking everybody. If you in GMS and you not doing right, you going off, or you even representing GMS. If you even on the outside and you saying something about GMS, or you saying something about the word of the Most High, and you going off, or you saying about brotherhood and you going off, you're going to get checked. That's a theory. That's keeping the ship tight. That's keeping the ship tight. But anyway, verse 13 again, it says, till I come, Yahweh Shah speaking, till I come, give attendance to reading and exhortation, to doctrine. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy, with the laying on of hands of the presbytery. Meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all, that your acts, that your faith by your works may appear to all. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, right? The MOTB, what it really is. Not a digital ID Yeah, that's going to cause a clamp down and everything like that, but that's just leading to the leading to the MRAK. The MARK. There's going to be stations where people are going to get CHIP'd. Right? It's not just you go down, you get a digital ID, and now you're branded. No, man, they want more control than that. Something you put in your pocket, or something that makes you align with this world. They can't track you like that necessarily. They can't track you like that. I mean, as we see, they already got us all tracked in one way or another. But they want to be more specific in it. They want to see exactly where you're at. If they have a problem with you, they want to pinpoint exactly where you at. You know, off the 6G towers, they want to pinpoint where you exactly at. So therefore, you're going to have something that's going to be inside of you. Okay, it says, neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy with the laying on of the hands of the presbytery. Meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. All right, because we're not doing this for ourselves. That's the damn, it's so damn long. It's already an hour slack here, y'all. As the watchman feeding the sheep, we just seeing what's going on out there, and I'm glad that he brought that up. What did he say again? Yahshua.
It is cheap to cultivate, and it doesn't contribute to global warming. Kudos to science and green agenda. That is all for today. Stay tuned for tomorrow's news.
Bruce Kowalski, your monthly.
They want to dishonor our Father Yahuwah by making us eat the unclean foods that we are not supposed
to. Salaki. We already doing that. We already eating our meat defiled amongst the Gentiles. You know, but that's the cleaning process. You know, us being as pilgrims upon the earth, man, it's hey, we've never been through this. We've never, especially America, right? America is just so out of fucking shape. America is just, this been a nightmare as far as true religion, as far as faith, as far as health. Even these people that's out here looking all healthy and bulked up and all this shit, man, when it come down to them not being able to take what they're being programmed to take, hey, you need to keep these calories down. If you don't take this, you gotta do this exercise, you gotta go here, you gotta go there. When everything is shut the fuck down, what are these people gonna do? Who are they gonna rely on? Shit, Lord forbid it's Yahuwah or Jesus or any of these other gods, man. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna pray that the elect endure, Yahweh, Yahweh. Let's give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rachak, Kodash, and double honor to our beloved elders and apostles, great millstone, and to you, Akim, out there, putting your life on the lines every day. Endurance, strength, faith, and just, that's all I can say. Endurance, strength, and faith. Adaron Ratazah, Yahweh Bashmi Shah, Ratazah. And to the rest of the elect, endure, Adaron Ratazah. Till next time, call me Yasharala, Wa Abba Baba.